And if you want to improve your problem solving skill, and you should also attend my advanced class after this class, okay? Now the difference between advanced class and this class is the topic is probably still similar, okay? However, the difficulty of problems will be different. And problems for this course, we don't, we just improve our knowledge. So we try not to, go study the problems. It requires many steps, okay? Advanced class, you do have to step-by-step solve the problem. There's several steps involved. Sometimes you need to solve another problem first, then you want to solve this problem. Okay, so there's a difference. Now, for the basic class, okay, I said that's suitable for 5th grade student, good students, okay, or 6th grade student. And I assume that you already understand the fractions, okay? So what we're gonna do the first 2 lessons is trying to practice on the computations of fractions, and also we understand or memorize the roots of we call it algebraic roots for the computations. Okay, so let's take a look at the following problem, right? And remember, if you want to add 2 fractions together, right? Remember, maybe you already learned that. You see, how do you add them together? You must have a common denominator. Then the rule says that you must have a common denominator, which you already have, and 5. And then you add the numerator together. Okay, that's a very basic rule. Okay, so it's going to be 2 plus 3, 5, then it's 5 over 5, which is 1. 5 over 5 is 1. Now, if you put a negative sign, right? If it's subtraction, you will do the same. Okay, subtraction, you will 2 minus 3 over 5, and which is negative 1. Negative 1 over 5. So it's a negative 1/5. Well, multiplication, 2 fractions multiply this out. What you do is just do the multiplication for the numerator and denominator. So it'll be 2 times 3, 5 times 5, which is 6 over 25. Okay. Now, how about the division? 2 over 5 divided by 3 over 5. Okay. When you say A divided by B, this means A over B. This also can be written as a fraction divided by another fraction. Okay. Now, how do you simplify this? Okay, how do you simplify this? Well, if it's a division, you can change it to the multiplication. But when you change the multiplication, 3 divided by 3 over 5, so it becomes multiplied by 5 over 3. Okay, then you will get 2 times 5, 5 times 3, and 5 cancel out. It'll be 2 over 3. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the addition and subtraction again. Okay. So addition and subtraction, if there's no common denominator, okay, if there's no common denominator, now how do you do that? You make them to have a common denominator. Okay, so 6 contains factor of 3. I know that 6 is 2 times 3. So I can make a common denominator 2 times 3, 1 times 3, plus 1 over 6. Okay. Right. So then you have a 3 over 6 plus 1 over 6, then 3 plus 1 over 6, which is 4 over 6. But 4 over 6 can be simplified. Okay. 4 over 6 can be simplified, which is going to be, 2 times 2 here, 2 times 3. So 2 cancelled out. You get 2 over 3. Yeah, 2 over 3. Okay. Similarly, you can do the following: 3 over 5 minus minus 13 over 15. Okay. Can you work out this? As you see that there's no common denominator, right? Right. So you have to make them common denominator. 3, 5. I have to multiply by 3, multiply by 3. Okay, then I have a common denominator. Then you can add them together or do subtraction. So it's 9 over 15 minus 13 over 15. So it's 9 minus 13, 15. So 9 minus 13 is negative 4. Okay, so negative 4 over 15. Okay. For addition, we can, we don't need a, usually when we're talking about addition, just only pair of numbers. But sometimes we do not mention which pair of numbers can be computed first. The reason is the mathematical rule tells you you can do this first, or you can add the last two numbers first. It really doesn't matter which way first. Okay, so you can add the 1/3 plus 1 over 6 first. So you end up with the same result. But when you're talking about addition, you only consider two numbers. Okay, now you have 3 numbers. So that means it doesn't matter which one is first. Okay, you should end up with the same result. Okay, can you get this? Okay, some of you get the answer already. Okay. All right, so actually it's a good example not to show you that end up with the same result, right? Okay, and if you use this first, so that is going to be 1/2 plus 1/3, right? 1/2 plus 1/3. The common denominator is it's 3 over 6, and here is going to be 2 over 6. Okay, and you will get 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 over 6 plus 1 over 6. So it's going to be 6 over 6, which is going to be 1. And you can do the same. Yeah, you can do the same way. If you add the last two numbers first, you end up with the same result. Okay. All right. 1/3 can be written as 2 over 6. Okay. And here 3 over 6, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 over 6. The 3 over 6 is just 1/2. So the answer is 2 over 2, which is 1. Right, so that's always equal 1. All right, there are any formulas we can use, right? 2 over 3 plus 3 over 2, for example. Well, we usually try to get a common denominator, right? It's 2 times 2, And well, I can, yeah, 2 times 2, 3 times 2, right? Yes, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, right? Then the denominator will be 6. So you get 2 times 2 plus 3 times 3, 3 times 2, and then you get 4 plus 9 of 6, and 13 over 6. Oops. Yeah. So you get 13 over 6. Okay. Now we look at that, right? How do you get to this part? This is actually the cross product. 2 times 2, 3 times 3. Okay. So our formula says that you just do the cross product for the numerator, and the denominator just product of two denominators. For example, 7 over and 4 minus 3 over 7, 5 over 4 minus 3 over 7. Okay, so you can use you can do that 7 times 4 times 7, then and the 5 times 7 minus 4 times 3. Okay. Yeah, that's a quick way to do. So you will get 28, 35, 12. So that will be 23 over 28. Now, why the numerator is just the cross product? Well, this is how do we get to the, after we get a common denominator and when add them together, you get this. So you can use a formula of, again, now, more abstract formula. Let me show you, okay? So if we have a addition, right, A plus C over D. So now A, B represent some numbers, but I'm not going to specify it, okay? So to add them together, I have to get a common denominator. So here, what I'm going to do is I multiply denominator by D and the numerator by D, right? Here C over D, but I want to get a BD in the denominator. So I put a B here, put a B here, right? And then you have a common denominator. Okay, AD minus BC. Okay. If that's subtraction, then you have a, oops. Oh, my file is gone. Okay, don't worry. Sorry, the file is back. Yeah, sometimes it's a gone. Okay, accident. Okay. Okay. So yeah, let me save this part. So let me repeat it. Yeah. So first of all, you get CD, right? We have to make the common denominator. So you multiply by D here, and by B and the B. So BD, right? So you have a common factor. The common factor can be canceled out, DD, right? Then you get AB, and BB canceled out, you get CD. So you get them. Okay. Then you have a BD because the denominator is the same, so that AD plus BC. But how do you get AD plus BC? As you can see, the AD is here, and BC is there, right? So it's cross product. We call it cross product. Okay. Okay. So you can use this formula to add the two fractions together or do subtraction. Okay. For example, 7 over 5 plus 3 over over 6, no, 3 over 4, right? So how do you do that? Well, the denominator is the sum of two numbers. The numerator cross part, 7 times 4 plus 5 times 3. Okay. All right, and then you have 28 plus 15, 20. Okay, 28 plus 15, so we will get 3 here, and 43 over 20. Okay. Yeah, if you memorize the formula, you can do that. But does not mean you should always use the formula, because formula sometimes have to create a very large number. For example, like 3 over 4 minus 5 or 6. Okay. In this case, if you use a formula, how do you do that? Where it's like a 4 times 6, the denominator, right? And then 3 times 6, the cross product, and then minus 4 times 5. So you will get 36 minus 20, 24, and the 36 minus 20 is going to be 16 over 24. Okay, now you can simplify. No, sorry, it's 3 times 6. So 3 times 6, yeah, my right missed. Yeah, 3 times is 18. 18 here's 20. Okay, so it's negative 2. And then after simplifying, it's 1 over 12. Negative 1 over 12. All right. Now I want to talk about the algebraic root. Okay, that is a times b plus c. If you multiply this out, is ab plus ac. Okay. Similarly, if b plus c times a, you can do that. That ba plus ca. Okay, so if you have a negative 5 minus 4, you can do the following. You can say, here, 5 minus 4 is 1, so it's negative 1. But you can also remove the parentheses, negative 5 plus 4, because negative times 5 is negative 5. Negative times negative 4, it's going to be positive 4. Then negative 5 plus 4 is going to be negative 1. Okay, so when you do the computation, you should be very careful. So 1/2 minus minus 2, 3 over 2 minus 1/3. Okay, something like that. Okay, now make sure you get the right answer. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. There are a couple ways to do. I think I'm going to multiply this out. When I multiply this out, I put the negative sign here. Negative 2 times 3 over 2 will be just 3. And negative positive 2 times 2 over 3. Okay. Then what? Okay. You can keep a negative 3 here, but let's work on this. Okay, minus 3, right? So you try to get a common denominator. So it'll be 6 over 3 over 6 plus 4 over 6. Yeah, let's put 3 here, right? So then you combine, you will get 7, 3 plus 4, 7 plus minus 3. Now the point is, how do you combine those two? 3 is an integer, okay? But you can change it to fraction. 7 over 6, 3 will be like 3 times 6 over 6. Okay, then you get a common denominator, then you can combine them. Okay, so it's going to be 7 minus 18, 6. It's going to be negative 11 over 6. Okay, negative 11 over 6. All right, so I'm going to ask you to do the next problem, and I hope you will solve it. Okay, please simplify this. All right. Yeah, we do have Alex Zhao. Yeah, did a good job. Okay. Now, when you look at this, okay, you have a couple options. You can remove the parenthesis first, then you combine them, right? But in this case, I think I should do the subtraction inside the parenthesis first. It'll be 5 over 3, 5 minus 3 over 2, right? Which is 2 over 2, so it's giving me just minus 1. Okay. Okay, so it's minus 1. And then you can say 1/3 minus 3 over 3. So 1 minus 3 is going to be negative 2. So it'll be negative 2 over 3. Good job. Okay. However, if I change the problem a little bit, okay, if I put if I put the 5 over 2 here instead of 1/3 minus 3 over 2. Okay. In this case, it's better to remove the parenthesis and you do the computation between a is 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. Okay. Let's try. So 5 over 2, negative times 1/3 is minus 1/3. Negative plus, negative positive, 3 over 2. Right? Then you regroup them. Right, regroup them. So work on these two first. They have a common denominator. So it's 2, 8, 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, 8 over 2 is 4. Then what? Well, then 4 is going to be 4 times 3 over 3. Okay, so it's going to be 12 minus 1 over 3, 11 over 3. Right? So that's it. All right. So I'm going to ask you to do the following. Okay, please work out. I want to see all you guys have the same answer. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have a couple of new students joining. Okay. Okay, so please do this. Right? Who can figure out the final answer? I hope no mistakes in computation. Colin Liu got 13 or 14. Eric also got 13 or 14. Any different answers? I think we should multiply this out because I like 2 and 4. That's easy to get a common denominator. Okay. So let's try this. Let's multiply this out. Okay, watch out. 3 over 4. Negative, negative becomes positive. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 over 7. Okay? If you don't get this, then something's wrong. Okay? Then you get a common denominator. It's going to be 2 over 4. Okay? So 2 over 4 minus 3 over 4 is going to be negative quarter. Okay? Then you know you can use the formula, make a common denominator, right? 7, 4 times 7 plus 4 times 6, 4 times 7. Okay, so now you have a common denominator. So you get 4 times 7, negative 7, plus, right? Plus what? 24, right? Okay, so 24 minus 7 will be 17. So 17 over 28, nobody got this. Nobody got this. So you will see where you made mistakes. Okay, you should see that. If you have to write down all the steps, okay? When you get a homework assignment, you get one piece of paper have a problem. Do not just work on that. Okay, you have to use a separate paper. Okay, just copy down the problem and show all the details. Then use the answer key to check the answer. If the answer is wrong, and you try to look at the way you make mistakes. If you still cannot figure it out, you show the answer, show your solution to your parents. That can easily see it. But if you do not write down the step by step, then nobody knows what's going on, okay? So it's very important to show necessary steps that like what I'm doing here. There are 3 purposes to study mathematics. Let me repeat again. The first one is to improve your mathematics expression skill, okay? So you have to learn how to express clearly line by line. Number 2, to enrich your knowledge in mathematics, because in school, you're not going to learn all your required mathematics. Most of the time, you just get a book called Algebra 1, Algebra 2, okay? And does not cover all the things. Number 3, but not our main goal right now for basic math class, is to improve your problem solving skill. Okay, that will be doing the advanced math. All right, so let's try the next one. 2 over 5 minus 3 over 2. 1/2 minus 2 over 3. Okay. And let's see if we are able to get correct answers. We are getting more and more complicated problems right now, right? Those are fractions. Okay. That takes a couple steps. Step 1, maybe you have to combine those two. You know, everybody knows how to do that, right? So just be careful when you do this. Let me show you this problem so you can do it by yourself and find out the problem. So 1/2 minus 2 over 3. I want to calculate the common denominator. So that will be 6 here, then here be 3. And here 6 here, and be 4, right? Okay, then 3 minus 4 is -1. Right, then negative becomes positive 3 over 2 times 6. Well, 3 over 6 is become 1/2. So the answer will be 2 over 5 plus a quarter. Okay. And you can use a formula, or you can still do by hand. Okay, using, you know, get a common denominator, then use the definition, right? How to add them together. All right, so it's 2, 5 here, multiply by 4, and here times 4, 5 plus times 1. Okay? So you will get 8 plus 5 and the 20. So it's going to be 13 over 20. Right, 13 over 20. Yeah, Erica did it fast and got it. Great. Erica Jing. I think there is another Eric. Erica Shaw, right? Is Erica Shaw here? No. All right. Okay, I want you to work out the next problem. 3 over 7 minus 5, 1/3 minus 1 over 7. Right. Yeah, it will be a fraction. I hope you can figure it out quickly. Okay, and if you get the answers, don't be shy and post it. All right, Alex have answers. How about Jean? Do you have answers? I don't see any other student post answers. Okay, I said don't be shy, you know. Essen Zhang, Gracia. All right. So those are just computation, right? We have a 3 over 7. Now I look at this. I find out I should multiply them out first. because I see 7 here, 7 there. So I can get a common denominator. So I get 5 times 1/3 is 5/3. -5, yeah, here -5 times negative. So it should be positive. It will be 5/7. Right? Then this 2 will be 3 plus 5/7. Right? Right? So now you can get, watch out, right? You can get 8/7 minus 5/3. Then use the formula you're trying to get a common denominator, right? So one side you have to multiply by 3. Other one you have to multiply by 7. Right, then you get 24/21 minus 35/21. Okay, so 24 minus, that would be -11/21. Right, yeah, so I hope you get it, okay? So let me ask you to do the next problem. And the 2/5 minus 2 times 3/2 minus 1/5. Please do it. Anyone has an answer? Okay, so you make a simple observation. I find that here's 5 here. So it's better to multiply this out, and here 2 canceled out, right? And here's a plus 2/5. Okay. So we will get those two add them together would be 2 plus 2 is 4. 4/5 minus 3. Right. So it's going to be 4/5 minus 15/5. It's -11/5. So many 11s, right? I'm surprised. It's not a question. I don't know why. Why there's so many 11s? I did not know that at the beginning. I just pick up some problem. All right. All right, so next one. 1/2 plus 1/3 minus 1/2 plus 3. Okay, so I let you to try for half a minute. I hope you get it. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. So we do see have answers. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so actually this is going to be something like that. Okay, so 1/2 plus 1/3 minus 1/5. So the first two, if you combine them, will be 3/6 and 2/6, right? So that would be 3 plus 2 is 5, 5/6 minus 1/5. Okay, then, if you don't want to make common denominator, just use the formula, right? The formula says that there will be 6 times 5, and the cross product, 5 times 5 minus 6 times 1. So 25 minus 6 and 30, and that is going to be negative, I don't know, that's positive 19. Right. So 19/30. Right? So now we have this following problem. It's 3/5 plus 4/3/2 minus 2/5. Okay, so there's some trick here. Please finish this problem. Yeah, you should look at all those numbers to see what is the best way to simplify. Okay. Right. So when you look at this, right, I found here's 5 here, 5 here, so I should multiply this out first. And here's 4 times 3/2 minus 4 times 2/5. Okay, it's 3/5 minus 8/5, and here cancel 2, it's plus 6. And then 3 minus 8/5 plus 6. 3 minus 8 is -5. So it will be -1 plus 6. The answer is 5. Yes, we also have three of solutions all give me answers, right? It's a 5. 5 is correct answers. Okay. I hope as a student also able to get this, although you did not post it. All right, so here's the next one. Okay, please work out this. Okay, what do you got? Wow. So Eric, Corinne, Alex, you all get the same answer. Okay. So I think this time, don't multiply this up. And 3 and 6 is a very nice number. Okay, they have the common factor here. So it's 3 is going to be 2 over 6, 1/3, right? And plus 7 over 6. Then that would be 2 plus 7 over 6, which is going to be 9. 9 over 6 is going to be 3 over 2. Okay? And then that would be negative 2 over 2, which is -1. All right. I think we needed to be careful about remove the parentheses. Okay. And if you're careful enough, then you will always get the right answer. Right. Okay, let's try next one. Okay, so please work out this. Okay. Another 11. 11 was 30. That's weird. Right. I think we don't have a 3, 5, 4. There's no common factor here. So I'm going to add this together, right? Here's 20. And then 3 times 4 minus 5. Okay. Then that you will get 20. 12, 12 minus 5, right? Twelve minus 5 is going to be 7. No, 12 minus 5 is going to be 7. Right. Then 2 over 20 is simplifying. Right. Then you will get 30. 10 minus 3 times 7. And that is going to be 10 minus 21. And surprised, yeah, we always get 11s. That's weird, right? 11, this is a very special number. All right, how about the next problem? It looks pretty strange, right? We're going to go over some formulas. The fraction, remember fractions over fractions, right? Fractions over fractions. If we have 1/3 over 2/3, right? So how do you do that? It's going to be 1/3 and times 10 upside down. of 3 over 2. So reciprocal of 3 over 2. 2 over 3 will be 3 over 2. Then it's 1 times 3 is 3. And here's 3 times 2. And cancel 3, it's going to be 1/2. Okay. But if you have something like that, 1/2 not divided by, yeah, let's say, yeah, divided by 5. Okay, so you combine 2 terms in the numerator, you get 2 times 3 and 3 minus 2. So you end up with, and here's 6, 2 times 3 is 6, divided by 5. Now it's divided by 5, you just put it in the denominator. So it's 6 times 5, it's 1 over 30. Okay. Eric, what's this? Oops. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to do the next one. Okay, there's a fraction inside the denominator. Yeah, please do this. Yeah, we needed to familiar all those rules, right? We should get in order to get the right answer. So step 1, you combine those 2 terms, so it would be 3 over 2, right? So 1 plus 1/2 is going to be 3 over 2. And then since 3 over 2 is in the denominator, so it's 1 times 2 over 3 multiplied by. So it's 2 over 3. Right? How about this? Eric says easy, right? Okay, how about this? Right. There are a couple ways to solve this problem, okay? The first one is you just get a common denominator. Here's 2 times 3, here's 3 times 4. So I think I should have put here 2 times 2 times 3. Then here's 3 times 4, we have a common denominator. So you will get 2 plus 1 over 12. But 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is a factor of 2, 12. Okay? So it's going to be, you know, a quarter, right? Okay, now, this is stupid way, right? Okay, here's the point, okay? If we look at the consecutive numbers, right? I find out 1/2 minus 1/3 is going to be, numerator will be 1 times 3 is 3 minus 2. Here's 2 times 3, which is going to be 1 over 2 times 3. So it's simply just the product of 2 denominators. How about this? It's the same. It's going to be 4 minus 3, 3 times 4, which is 1 over 3 times 4. So it's 3, right? And how about 1/4 minus 1/5? You will get same thing. Okay, you will get 4 times 5, 5 minus 4, which is 1 over 4 times 5. So now you get a pretty good idea. If 1 times 3, 1 over 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 4 plus 1 over 4 times 5. Right? If you add the 3 together, the best way to do is to separate. Right? All right. Then you will see all the terms in the middle canceled out. You only get this. Okay? Then you can say is 2 times 5, 5 minus 2, which is 3 over 10. And this idea can be used to add many terms together. Right? It's 1 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 3 times 4, and so on. So you get 9 times 10. If you really want to do step by step, add them together, it's very complicated. Okay? So the idea is to separate. Yeah, there are many tricks here, you know. I don't want to miss all the terms. Let's put it here. A quarter minus 1/5, and plus 1/5 minus 1/6, plus 1/6 minus 1/7, plus 1/7 minus 1/8, plus 1/8 minus 1/9, plus 1/9 minus 1/10. So you have so many terms, but each terms can be decomposed into two. But then you will cancel, oh, cancel. So they're all canceled out. So only one you left is this, which is going to be 10 over 9. Right? Right. Right. Remember we did this is a quick way to add the fractions together. Otherwise, you have 9 fractions and it takes forever to compute. Okay. So finally, let's do one more problem. I hope we finish. Okay. So it's going to be 2 1/3 minus 1/5. Let's work out this. Okay. And then we finish today's lesson. Okay. So, Eric, don't type nonsense here, okay? Yeah, show me the answer. Okay? You cannot see the problem? Yeah, let's finish it, okay? So we will do this 1/2 minus, and combine those two inside, right? It's 3 times 5, and 5 minus 3, right? So let's do quickly. It's over time right now. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Here's a 15. It's 1/2 minus 4 over 15. Then you combine that's 2 times 15. And 15 minus 2 times 4. Okay? So 15 minus 8, right? 15 minus 8 is 7, 30. Okay, 7 over 30. That should be the correct answer. Okay, so you have to do quickly like that. After you get familiar with this type of problems. Okay, at the very beginning, step by step, and then you have to speed up. Okay, yes. All right, so I'm going to send you the homework. Okay,